It's finally here. Let's do this. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Just want to get this right away. This review is going to be 100% spoiler free. I'm planning on doing a spoiler review when I see the movie again, but just want to let you know I'm going to try to do my best to avoid spoilers. So if any of you are worried about spoilers or if I'm going to give away too much, don't worry, you're safe here. Star Wars: The Last Jedi is directed by Rian Johnson and got the old cast, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, along with the new cast, Force Awakens, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Adam Driver, Oscar Isaac, and many more. The plot this time is that it takes place right after the events of The Force Awakens, where Rey goes to Luke Skywalker's island to train and become a Jedi, and while Rey is on her journey to become a Jedi, there are other things going on with the characters from The Force Awakens, Finn, Poe, and Kylo Ren, and that's all I'm gonna say. So, I was excited for this movie. Of course I was excited. It's Star Wars, sequel to The Force Awakens. Loved what J.J. Abrams did with that movie, and it's like a breath of fresh air for Star Wars, giving us interesting characters, practical effects, amazing action, and just a great movie. And when I heard that Rian Johnson, director of Looper, watched that movie, great movie, and he was going to direct this movie, I was excited and been waiting for this movie for 2 years. Right after the cliffhanger of The Force Awakens, I was just ready to see this movie, and oh, worth the wait. Star Wars: The Last Jedi is fantastic. Love this movie so much. This is everything I want a Star Wars movie to be, and as a fan, I was satisfied. What I love the most about The Force Awakens and this movie are the characters. They're so interesting. You understand them, their interactions, and they are the reason I watched both of these movies, and the reason I plan to watch this movie again, particularly the scenes between Rey and Kylo Ren were amazing. Easily some of my favorite scenes in the movie. I loved every scene. These two shared a scene together. It was amazing to watch. And I couldn't wait for their next scene after the next scene after the next scene. Turning cast are great too. Daisy Ridley is once again fantastic. Adam Driver is amazing as Kylo Ren. John Boyega as Finn is also terrific. And Oscar Isaac gets a lot more to do as Poe Dameron than in The Force Awakens. And I actually liked him here a lot more than in The Force Awakens. And he was awesome in this movie. As for the old cast, when I saw Leia on the screen for the first time, I got teary-eyed. And sadly, Carrie Fisher passed away last year, and oh, I got teary-eyed every scene she was in, and rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. Not only was she great, Mark Hamill returns as Luke Skywalker, and Mark Hamill in this movie is phenomenal. And I know it sounds crazy, and when I was processing this movie on the way home, I was thinking, should I say this or should I not? But I'm just going to say it anyway. Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker in this movie gives an Oscar-worthy performance. I know it probably won't happen, but I must admit, the scenes with Luke Skywalker in this movie, whether he's dealing with his failure, and his scenes were so heartbreaking. This is easily Mark Hamill's best performance as Luke Skywalker in any Star Wars movie. He was phenomenal in this movie. I also want to mention this one character named Rose. People said her story wasn't interesting. It kind of screeched the story to a halt. It wasn't really that interesting. It went on too long. Honestly, I disagree. I actually like this character, and I loved her scenes between her and Finn. I thought they had some great scenes. I was interested to see what she was doing in any scene. And Rian Johnson directed this movie wonderfully. The shots in this movie are amazing to look at. This is some of the best cinematography in any Star Wars movie. I say it rivals Empire Strikes Back for the best cinematography in a Star Wars movie, but these shots are just jaw-dropping to look at. There are just so many shots that just so good. The action scenes are amazing. Some great action scene in this movie, and I honestly can't pick a favorite since I've only seen this movie once and I want to see it again. There are so many great action scenes in this movie that I just can't pick one that's my favorite. And the effects are amazing too, just as amazing as The Force Awakens. This movie is the riskiest Star Wars movie yet. Without spoiling anything, there's so much that happens. The twists and turns that are just whoa. And this movie is unpredictable. I couldn't tell where things were going. I was intrigued in every scene. This is the most unpredictable Star Wars movie yet. And also, there's some pretty good comedy in this movie too. Even though this movie has a dark tone, it's not too sad and depressing. There's some good comedy in this movie too. BB-8 is still awesome. Love that droid. And the Porgs, was worried about them going in. They were great. Great comic relief. They weren't in the movie too much. They weren't annoying. Their scenes were funny. I love these creatures. They're adorable. How can you talk about Star Wars without mentioning the music? John Williams is the man, and the music in this movie was better than the music in The Force Awakens, and it's intense and emotional. Love the music. And I thought this movie was well paced. I didn't want to end. I was invested in every scene from beginning to end. I didn't want to end. The longer it went on, the more it grabbed my attention. I didn't want this movie to end. As for problems, honestly, I can't think of anything I don't like, or maybe one. The ending. No, not the ending itself, but when the movie ended, because I wanted more, and I wanted to watch episode 9 right away. Overall, I loved Star Wars The Last Jedi. Just everything I want a Star Wars movie to be, it was. The action, the effects, the characters, the acting, the music, everything. Just, I love it so much. I can't wait to see it again. I'm planning on seeing it again to do a spoiler review. Look out for that. Is it better than The Force Awakens? As for now, I'll say this. I think it's on the same level. I'll decide that after I see the film a second time, but for now, I'd say it's on par with The Force Awakens. Overall, I am going to give Star Wars The Last Jedi, but bam! 5 out of 5 stars. Love this movie so much. I know you're probably going to go see it. Just, no doubt you're going to go see it. And just, this movie is going to make so much money at the box office. And so, definitely watch this movie with a huge crowd. Worth it. Love this movie. Cannot wait to see what episode 9. And since J.J. Abrams is directing episode 9, returning to direct episode 9, and if he concludes this trilogy well, we could have one of the best trilogies ever. Up there with the original trilogy. So what do you guys think of Star Wars The Last Jedi? Do you agree? Disagree with me? Let me know below. Make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new here. It really means a lot. I'm Jack Benner, and look forward to another movie review. And may the Force be with you.